Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, my people. Wake up, my people. Man, we have this video where this sister go in at the city council meeting in Chicago talking about how this revolutionary Bob is putting out signs in their neighborhoods saying that black people are hating on immigrants. So we're going to allow you to hear what she said in the meeting, and then we're going to show you his stance on his signs or what he's saying about blacks hating on immigrants. And then we're going to, I'm going to use about 5 scriptures where really is, 5 scriptures to show you how we can never trust our enemies. So let's see. We're going to, we always start off Romans 3, 3 and 4. Romans 3, 3 and 4. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect? Romans 3 and 4. God forbid, yea, let God be true, but every man a liar, as it is written that thou mightest be justified in thy saying, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. So now let's listen to this sister and listen to this guy speak, and then I will come back with my closing scriptures.
You don't hang no signs about black people hating on immigrants, because black people ain't got no reason to hate on no immigrants.
Oh no, but the immigrants got
we
no reason to hate
everything
on
y'all
us.
are in there, son. Let me tell you something. You get them signs down. Anytime that ordinary Lawson and Silverstein and what's that other?
Cesar
They sit up
Lopez.
here and talk about how they should get a hate crime bill because swastikas was in Ziploc bags in that community. They hung this in our community. We want it off the polls. We want that to be the beginning of a hate crime. And that organization, which is a white liberal organization, like in the words of Malcolm X, who told us what? That the white liberal is the worst enemy to the black man.
Yes.
And it is coming up in here acting like y'all representing some social justice.
Say that,
but all along, all you're doing is trying to use black people to find a reason to make some money. Let me tell y'all something over there. We're done. The Democratic Party is done. You ain't gonna mess with us like
y'all gonna abuse us.
I'm telling you what I'm
they get to abuse the black American.
Come in here and go clean it up. I'm telling you, the ones that have a righteous heart. You leave the Democratic Party. Do just like RFK Jr. Just do like that Tulsa lady. You better get up out the Democratic Party. Save yourself. Save your families. Save your dignity. Save your jobs. And save your seats. Because if y'all don't, we coming for your seats. We ain't taking this no more. We ain't taking no disrespect from a bunch of people who have broken into the country and now have completely broke the city, have completely broke the country, have completely disgraced the United States of America. America is a disgrace. And for us, oh my God, what a solution. You give us a fake, black, cackling hand of a candidate with a vice president that's talking about he want to put tampons in the boys' bathroom. The number one function of a president is to be the commander-in-chief. You tell me anything about a Kamala Harris that look like she can protect this country after y'all have sat up here and let it get overridden with a bunch of illegal immigrants. Y'all have sat up here and put America's hands in all kind of wars. And you telling me a tampon man that ran from duty don't even know what his rule was. Kamala Harris, who don't know what race she is, gonna protect this country? The devil is a lie. Y'all better get them signs down. Yeah, I know that.
Revolution 73. Black people hating on immigrants. Nonsense and worse from people who should know better. Baba Vakian, Revolution. Number 73. Black people hating on immigrants. Nonsense, and worse from people who should know better. One of the most maddening and heartbreaking things these days is to hear black people, who have suffered so terribly under this system, hating on immigrants, talking about how immigrants are supposedly taking jobs and resources that should go to black people and ruining neighborhoods where black people have lived for generations. When I hear this, I can't help thinking about what happened when the mass migration of black people from the South took place beginning after World War I, a century ago. Coming into cities in the North, black people were repeatedly and viciously attacked by racist white mobs, claiming that black people were taking jobs from white people, that black people were ruining the cities, and just refusing to stay in their place. Sound familiar? The same thing happened after World War II in the 1950s and 1960s when black people were moving into segregated all-white neighborhoods or going to previously all-white schools, and they were often viciously, violently attacked by racist white mobs. Even as, on the other hand, many white people were actively taking part in the fight against segregation, discrimination, and racist oppression overall. And today, especially with the Trump-hype MAGA fascists, we see open, aggressive racism against black people and against immigrants from what Trump has called shithole countries. And you know what that means? You know he doesn't mean Norway. So I have a question for any black people today who are caught up in this hating on immigrants. Do you really want to be like the rabid white racists? Or do you want to put an end to this madness that you and the immigrants are being put through? It is this system that has put black people through hell for centuries and is still putting black people through hell. And it is this system of capitalism imperialism that is putting masses of immigrants through hell, making life unlivable for tens of millions throughout the world, forcing them to leave their homes and homelands in a desperate search for a decent life, and then be exploited and discriminated against if they make it to the country most responsible for their miserable situation. This country, the imperialist USA. Instead of being played to hate on and fight against each other, all the people who are oppressed, exploited, misused, abused, tormented, and terrorized under this system, and all people who really care about justice, need to unite to rise up against and put an end to this system that is the cause of all this madness, injustice, and atrocity. We are living in a time when it is possible to carry out a revolution that can put an end to this system and bring into being a radically different and much better system where the fundamental needs and the highest aspirations of people for an emancipating, uplifting way to live can become a reality. All the outrage that people feel and all the hope and striving for a better way needs to be dedicated to and focused on working to bring about that emancipating revolution.
Like in the words of Malcolm X, who told us what? That the white liberal is the worst enemy to the black man.
Yes.
And it is coming up in here acting like y'all representing some social justice.
Say that,
but
sister.
all along,
Say
all
that.
you're doing is trying to use black people
Say
to
that.
find a reason to make some money.
Say
Let me
that.
tell y'all something over there. We're done. The Democratic Party is done.
Abuse the black American.
Gonna come in here and gonna clean it up. Do just like R.K. Jr. Just do like that Tulsa lady. You better get up out the Democratic Party. Save yourself. Because if y'all don't, we coming for your seats. We ain't taking no disrespect from a bunch of people who have broke into the country and now have completely broke the city, have completely disgraced the United States of America. America is a disgrace. The number one function of a president is to be the commander-in-chief. You tell me anything about a Kamala Harris that looks like she can protect this country after y'all have sat up here and let it get overwritten with a bunch of illegals. Y'all have sat up here and put America's hands in all kind of wars. And you telling me a TACON man that ran from duty, Kamala Harris, who don't know what race she is, gonna protect this country? The devil is a lie.
So, like, man, he said a lot, but like the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob told us, never trust our enemy. Just as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. So let's get it. Ecclesiastes 12:10. Never trust thy enemy, for like iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Meaning that he's trying to compare our flight from their same people that was in the South to their flight now. I guess they're running from their same people in the countries that they're living in. That's the only thing that'll make sense. Ecclesiasticus 12:11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou have wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Meaning that he still has a great interest just in his people, or a great interest, like the young lady said, for them to make money, for them to raise money on the back of our people, claiming that we are hating on immigrants. Ecclesiasticus 12:12. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thee place. Neither let him set at the right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at that least remember my words. We got to remember the words of the Most High and understand that we were put here on a punishment from him. We were told that we would go into captivity and there we would serve our enemies. We have to know who our enemies are. Our enemies are not our brothers of our own fold. Our enemies are the people we were sold to, who our foreparents became slaves to. And we have to realize there's no different. They still see us the same way. If they can capital gain off of us, they will. They will never have our best interest at hand. And what nation would? I mean, if you really look at it, you should want to build up your nation. We are the only people on the planet that accept this melting pot as our nation, but everybody else operate as an individual nation around us. Wake up, my people. Wake up, my people. Wake up, my people. It is time for us to wake up, come back to our God, come back to serve our God, and understand who we truly are. It is time for us to wake up and understand who we are, who they were buying and selling, and understand that we can never trust them. Wake up, my people. To the descendants of the slave trade, we are the Israelites. We are still living in the land that our ancestors became slaves. Wow. Deuteronomy 28, a great place to start reading. Shalom to the Israelites who are the descendants of the slave trade.
Hey, so-called black man, these bones been dry for a long time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's time to open up your eyes and elevate your mind, 'cause we're a chosen nation to preach the world's salvation. It's time to elevate your mind, girl. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're the queens of Israel, daughters of Abraham. us.